What's going on? Let's take a look. Cloward-Piven is in full effect. Take a look.
Where on earth are we right now? If you had to drop me off here without knowing, I would say we just landed in Accra or Dhaka or somewhere in Ghana.
That's fucking Paris.
Guys, this is Paris in 2025. They're lying about the numbers. They're lying about the numbers. They are not telling us the truth. They are not disclosing the census. What's going on here? They're selling vegetables.
Look at this. Look at the literal. He's saying, don't film this. Don't film the Cloward-Piven. Don't film this.
What's up, everybody?
Can you believe this crap?
What's going on?
What's up, everybody? So that's pretty much every Western nation now. And once they show up, then activists go and tell them how they can get all these gimme-dats and register them to vote.
Look at this.
And this is an evolution
Little
of the
third world diarrhea
Cloward-Piven strategy. Only in 1966, leaders knew that if they tried to just change out the population and hope that nobody noticed, that they'd get strung up in the street.
How do you not
But
notice?
that's what they're doing now. Locals are afraid to leave their house in a lot of areas.
That's your country. Take
Notice
it back.
that's happening, or you notice who's making it happen.
Take your country
They've got
back.
all
Drive
the
out all
special
the
names
corruption.
they call you. And I'm getting further and further to the side where I'll just wear those labels.
Drive out all the
as my
demons.
honor.
Look at this.
The Cloward-Piven strategy is a political strategy outlined in 1966 by American sociologists and political
To overwhelm the
activists
system.
Richard Cloward and Francis Fox Piven. The strategy aims to utilize militant anti-poverty groups, yeah, those words totally should go together, to facilitate a political crisis by overloading the welfare system via an increase in welfare claims.
Hope you enjoyed that one. Tomato in the garden that we grew. It's ridiculous. Cloward-Piven, all Western nations. The third world. Let's face it, roids. They're not here to assimilate. They're not here to embrace the Western culture. Alright? They're gonna bring their shit from their third world shit to your France, to your UK, to your Scotland, to America, to Canada. And the locals, the natives, people that were born in these countries, they're afraid to leave their homes. Fact that. Fact that. It's time. It is past time to get rid of these demons. It is. It's way past time for this world to have an exorcism. I've been talking about this for years now. I even did a video the other day about we need the much needed exorcism. We need an exorcism of all these demons. What else I got for you? 80% of people are non-playing characters. Know any? Have you experienced any? Oh, Mr. Carter, I experience them all the time, Mr. Carter. All the time, non-playing characters, constantly. Let's take a
So 80% of the population are non-player characters. These are the majority of your family members. They're the majority of your friends. They're the majority of your neighbors. This majority of the world, basically.
Yeah.
Because what they do is they are the architecture of the matrix. They are there to comply. They are there to keep the system running. They are there to destabilize a divine soul from awakening, to making you feel that you're a black sheep, to making you feel that you over-empathize, you feel too much. You know, and this is it. We are the black sheep. We are the conspiracy theorists. And there's a lot of them in the truth community as well. So when you ask an NP, if you ask somebody, if somebody gets offended and they're unable to question why they get offended, then that's a strong sign that they might be an NPC. The other thing is that they never question, why am I here? What's my purpose? Or they don't get goosebumps. They might get goosebumps if they're cold, but they don't get goosebumps if the truth resonates with them, or if they listen to a song and it touches them. This is a truth detector. Your body is your nervous system is a truth detector. When you get a feeling around your head, that feeling, that vibration feeling okay, when you feel empathy, that is your body, your soul. Your nervous system is acting like a truth detector, and not everyone has that. And you think sometimes, how you look at people and you think sometimes, how can you operate? How can you say this and not feel anything? Or how can you? I'm going to be honest with you. I when I started learning this, I started asking just randomly, and this isn't judgment. This is discernment. This isn't me judging people and saying, maliciously. This is discernment. I want to know. I'm curious to know what's what. Our goal is to help souls awaken. If they don't have a soul, they've got nothing to awaken.
How many people have you tried to wake up about the fake virus, scamdemic, the convid, talk about the fake bird flu, talk about all these things going on with being sprayed like bugs, the dangers of 5G, and they look at you like deer in headlights, like you're the weirdo. They don't get it. Yeah, you're a non-playing character. Non-playing characters also like to, in your daily life, pull out in front of you. They see you coming, right? They see you on the highway. They'll pull out from the parking lot, from the shopping center. They're waiting right there, and here you are, like real close to them. They'll go, and you'll slam on your brakes or have to go in that lane if there's no one in that lane, right? Honking the horn at these bastards, and they'll go boom, boom, real slow. Non-playing characters. I'm going to start talking about dangerous drivers, you non-PCs, dangerous drivers that are doing crazy shit. But we need to talk about these NPCs. We're going to talk about these NPCs because NPCs are not just relegated to what he just said. NPCs also are the POS, the bastards that get in your way, so to speak. They see you, like I just mentioned, they see you coming. You see me coming, and then 2 car lengths away, you want to pull out in front of me. Or what if you're doing, say, 80 and a 70, or 60 or 65 and a 55, and this asshole's tailgating you, right? Or get this, they're in front of you, the car in front of you goes in the left lane to pass the car in front of that person, right? But instead of passing that you're in this lane, right? There's a car in front of you. There's 2 cars in front of you. So the car in front of you goes in the left lane like he's going to pass the car in front of him or her, right? But instead of doing that, just goes the same speed that the person was doing in the right-hand lane. You know what I'm saying? So basically you can't go in the left-hand lane to pass anybody up because the bitch in front of you that got out in front of you to pass the car in front of that person is now in the left-hand lane going the same speed that they were doing in the right-hand lane. You're locked in there. Can't get NPCs, we have to address that. What else? Oh yeah, New World Order cops. I'm constantly seeing videos on YouTube about these New World Order cops. The home invasion. We need to address cops knocking down doors in your domain and pointing things at the homeowner. We need to talk about that. We need to have dialogue about police knocking down doors of people's homes, their castles, right? We need to start talking about that. And I was watching Here's the Deal. I don't know if you know who that is. It's High Impact Flicks guy. But he's talking about it's just legalized gangs is what they are for the most part. There's some good ones in there, copperoonies, but overall they're just legalized. It's a legal gang is what it is. They can knock down your door, but I don't want to get into all that. They could all kinds of corruption, all kinds. Just because they're wearing a badge with the star, right? 5-pointed star, doesn't mean that they're on the up and up. But there are some good ones in there, but we need to address this. There's a lot of stuff out there that's out of fucking control. You're getting Cloward-Piven from these third world countries. The West is. You got out of control New World Order cops. You got just out of control dangerous drivers, these NPCs. A lot of stuff, including this. Take a look. Well. What do we have here? Let's take a look. You know that they want us to be human antennas. You know that by 2030, among several things, you'll own nothing and you'll be happy. You'll be renting. You'll eat the bugs. Meat will be a treat. And We will no longer need cell phones by 2030 in a mere 4+ years. Cue in a figurative fiction. Bill Gates. That friggin' frog-looking demon Gates from hell. Electronic tattoos. All right, and y'all accustomed to getting tattoos. I think this really took off back in the 90s with the tramp stamp. Remember that? You remember that? You don't? Well, that means you're not old enough to remember that, or you have Alzheimer's, or you lived under a rock, or maybe Amish. I don't know, but tattoos really were relegated to, for the longest time, to prisoners, maybe sailors. Someone remember in the cartoons, Mom with a heart, remember that? But no one had tattoos when growing up. Not until really the 90s when the tramp stamp, if I remember correctly, started taking off. And then all of a sudden, nose rings, the pig nose rings. And now look at you. Just take a look at them, huh? You all tattooed up, looks like dirt on you. Bunch of dirt. It's graffiti is what it is. It's graffiti. And I covered a video a while back that it's portals, creating portals. Is it? Is it not? I don't know. It's not good. I think it's biblical to say that we shouldn't have any markings on our skin. And I know I have them. I'm guilty of that, but I limited to just a couple of small ones. And if I had enough money, I'd get them taken off. But I hear it's a long process. So you got sleeves looking like robots and all this crap. It looks like filth on the legs. You got these little tattoos. Looks like dirt. It looks like friggin' wet sand. You've been on the beach. It's like, wash that shit off. It's disgusting. But since they have the sheeple accustomed to getting tatted neck tattoos, it is it's just, you might not like what I'm saying, but I find them disgusting, to be honest with you. I find that being tattooed up, your legs and arms and all that crap, back and all that, and your breastises, it's disgusting. It is. It's atrocious, is what it is. I look down at that. I want. What is that? Was it Song of Solomon's where he was looking at? Was it Bathsheba? Working out in the field, and the sun was glistening on her skin, right? And he admired her and found her very beautiful. If I remember correctly, Song of Solomon's. That's what it was. Song of Solomon's, right? Was it the Song of Solomon? I think that's what it was. Song of Solomon. And he was looking at Bathsheba working out in the field, and the sun was glistening on her skin. She was looking hot to him, right? She didn't have any tattoos. You add tattoos or graffiti to your fucking skin. Doesn't matter how much sun or sun simulator or whatever. It looks like shit. It looks like shit. Whether you're a guy, but from a guy, I'm a guy now, and I like gals. I like women. So I'm taking it from that perspective. You look like shit, ladies. It does. And I know that's going to hurt your little feelings. But you look like it's garbage. And when you get older, oh my God, that shit's going to look even more gnarly. It's disgusting. I can't stand it. Take me back. Take me back to the 80s. Take me back to the any time but here. Because this is it. This is where we're at. So they got you accustomed to getting tattooed up. Ladies and gentlemen, right? And everyone in between and on the outliers. They got you all used to being tattooed up. So comes now the electronic tattoos Bill Gates wants you to have. The forewarned mark of the beast? Question mark? Bill Gates believes that electronic tattoos will soon replace smartphone technology. They don't want us to have phones by 2030. They want us to have a lot of stuff by 2030. They don't even want us, to be honest with you, right? These are Dollar Tree reading glasses. Plus I had to expand it, so. But I digress at any rate. This is not a dystopian fable, but an active plan to set in motion by Chaotic Moon, that was acquired by another entity called Accenture. I know, it's a lot. This is not a dystopian fable. This is reality. Just read. This is an active plan, again, set in motion by an entity called Chaotic Moon that was acquired by an entity called Accenture. Nanocapacitors. Nanocapacitors that conduct electricity will be integrated into the body through these electronic or biometric tattoos that are activated by simple vital signs. And I mentioned this a couple of years ago whenever I came across this information, but it bears, with the digital ID, it bears mentioning again. Marketing focuses on convenience and futuristic technology. Smartwatches would be obsolete. They just introduced that not too long ago, but smartwatches by 2030 would be obsolete, right? As the tattoo tracks body temperature, because it's all about your health, man. It's all about you. We care about your health. No, they don't. No, they don't. It's all about control. Right, Janet Jackson? Yeah. Body gestures would have the power to unlock doors, turn on lights, and connect to the internet. Oh, the internet of bodies? You don't say. Here's a fun fact. When I was teaching middle school, I was covering for a then friend of mine. During my planning period, I was covering a friend of mine who was a coach slash, I think, science teacher. Science! Something like that. Anyway, while his students were doing busy work, I was looking around at his desk for something to read because I was bored, and he had a magazine about stuff that's going to happen in the future. Well, this is going back in the early 2010s. And one of them was where you could read the internet right here on your internet glasses. Yeah. And this is where we're at. One could browse the web without the need for screens or batteries. Annual visits to the doctor would be obsolete, as the device would notify the doctor if something was wrong. You got something in you that's going to notify Big Pharma that something is wrong with you. You're going to get a phone call. Beep, 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 beep. Yeah, this is Dr. Big Pharma. We just got an alert from your nanotechnology that's been inside you since you got it inside you that something ain't right. By the way, I don't think he took your meds. Oh, no, he's not holding the phone. That's right. He's got his own Big Pharma stuff in you. He's just talking to you. He's got his own nanotech in him. But you know what I'm trying to say, right? This is total control. Oh my. The markings can also be used for wireless identification. Hey, is your country being flooded by illegals? Well, we need the digital ID now to figure out who's who. You need your nanotechnology in you. You need this shiznit, all this in you, so we know who's who. Because, the invaders, and because we care about you. This is the Gooberman. We're here to help you. Except they're not. Yeah, and governments are actively researching tattoo recognition technology to track citizens. Yeah. Think you're gonna move to the what do they call that? What was that show? The Bush People? The Bush, the show I used to watch, that so-called reality show. Think you're gonna move to the bush in Alaska and not be tracked? Perhaps think again. They're gonna track everybody. That's their goal. The Washington Post covered the topic back in 2016 when the development began. Quote, what would the world be like if we had displays that could just adhere to our bodies, right? And even show our emotions or level of stress or unease. In other words, have these electronic tattoos that could just show or reveal to the powers that be, or should be were, your emotions, everything about you just be revealed right there. Transmitted. He's angry. He's nervous. She's in anxiety. Blah, 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 blah. This is where we're at. This is where we're at. Back in 2016 or 2015, around what I just said a minute ago, this electronic tattoo, when they tested it on the sheeple, it only lasted a day. The tattoo. It's kind of like back then the technology was kind of sort of primitive. It was kind of like when you got a tattoo in the Cracker Jack box and you put it on you, right, with water, and it stayed on for a day or so. Well, that's where we are. Remember that? Training you with the cat. Even when we were kids, get the tattoo, put it on you. Remember that? Cracker Jacks and all that, just last a day or so. Or you could buy tattoos for kids. Remember that? Even cigarettes for kids. Remember that candy? Remember all this? Conditioning. We didn't even know it at the time. We just thought, hey man, this is cool. I got a cigarette like daddy. I'm getting tattooed like so and so. Remember that? Ho 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 ho. We didn't know just how deep the rabbit hole was, and just we didn't even know that the rabbit hole was there back then, did we, when we were kids? But now we know. Now we know. So back in 2016, these electronic tattoos only lasted a day when they tested them out. But now they're pointing it, kind of like my tattoo over here, this tattoo over there, and your tattoo if you tat it up. Yeah. Now they're permanent. Okay? So let's roll on. Chaotic Moon, the entity that was acquired by Accenture, began the prototype for biowearables in 2015. CEO all right, I don't even want to read anymore. It's not much more to read. It's just know this is what they want. They want phase out cell phones. They want everything to be in you. You know how it's like mission creep. Little by little, they want the technology on you, the smart technology. Oh, now it's on your wrist, a smartphone. Oh, the cell phone's now here. Now it's in your hip pocket. You know, I see people wearing like when at the gym, the smart what is it? Monitoring their heartbeat and all that. Well, you bring this stuff so close to you and keeping it on you. Now they want it in you, and by 2030, if they get their way, you'll own nothing to be happy. You'll eat sea bugs. You won't be eating steak. Your steak will be the treat. And yeah, you'll have electronic tattoo where they it's just total control. Digital ID and everything. Flood the country, Cloward-Piven the country, and then or the countries in the West, and then well, they provide the problem. And then they provide, you react and we react, we get pissed off, and then they provide the solution. Lots of solutions, huh? Out there, including this. Electronic skin sensor, nanotechnology in you. No smartphone needed. Just, the technology's in you. You are the smartphone. You are whatever they want you to be if you go along with this. And that's the problem. We need to stop allowing them to mission creep all this evil shit on us. A lot of stuff we have to address. That's what I got for you. Time is running short. 2030 is right around the corner. I am out.